Alrighty guys, what is going on? Josh Beatar for FTS MMA, and just doing a little quick instant reaction to UFC 282 that just finished up. First of all, we'll get straight into it. The main event between Jan Blachowicz and Magomed Ankalaev ends in a split decision draw. I don't know what these judges were doing tonight. There was obviously controversy in the Paddy Pimblett fight, but this was, I had Magomed Ankalaev at least 3-2. I thought more so 4-1, 4-1. Obviously, Jan had a lot of success with the leg kicks and was touching Ankalaev, but obviously the last 3 rounds, Ankalaev really turned it on with his wrestling and very, very, very dominant. The fact that got called a split draw is one of the craziest things I've heard this year. Maybe the craziest moment of the year. I just don't understand the judging criteria these days. We talk to many coaches and try and get their point of views on it, but it just seems to never ever be fixed. Now it is, now we still have no undisputed light heavyweight champion. The belt is still vacant. There is no champion still. You can run it back. I think these guys fight 10 times. You might get Jan winning a few, but I think Ankalaev mainly wins them just because of his wrestling. But Jan was very successful with his strikes. I think you could run it back. I think you could add Glover in the mix somewhere. I think you could probably do Magomed and Glover. I think makes a bit of sense, considering I think a lot of people thought Magomed won, including myself. But one of the craziest decisions I've seen in the sport. Now we'll quickly move on. Paddy Pimblett, a unanimous decision win again over Jared Gordon. I did not agree with this. I had Paddy Pimblett losing that 3-0, or at the very least 2-1. I'll be fair and say, look, Paddy definitely didn't win that fight, and I think everyone I've seen online agrees. Jared's left hand, his hooks were money all night. He couldn't miss Paddy's chin. Paddy's chin was as tall as the Empire State Building tonight because he just couldn't, he just kept getting touched, and that's kind of been Paddy's downfall for a lot is he can get touched quite a bit. And I think he ever fights the upper echelon, the top 10, I think he's going to struggle. I do think he's going to struggle because I didn't think he beat Jared Gordon. I think Jared Gordon deserved the victory tonight. He was, even in the last round, still had control. I guess control counts for nothing these days. He was trying to advance the action, but ultimately he gets robbed of a decision. I don't know what you do with Paddy next, because it wasn't an impressive performance. He wants to come out and be this brash guy, but that wasn't a performance that you can back up and say, oh wow, Paddy showed up, Paddy showed out tonight, because I don't think he did. I definitely had Paddy losing that fight. So look, Santiago Ponzinibbio and Alex Morono was a fantastic fight. Santiago picking up the finish late in the third, which was a great win. Dricus du Plessis getting the victory over Darren Till. Disappointing for Darren Till. He's now won in his last 6. His last win coming back against Kelvin Gastelum. He looked great in the second round. When I mean great, he looked good. Sorry, not great. He looked good in the second round. First round was very dominant by Dricus, but second round Darren Till came back and looked like he had a bit more in him. And Dricus looked very, very tired, very sloppy, mouth open. Going to the third, it was 1-1. It was anyone's game, and yeah, unfortunately for Darren Till, I'm a Darren Till fan, and unfortunately he just can't get it done. Where he goes from here, I think he does take a lot of time off. I think he needs it. I wish the best for Darren Till. I really do. I'm a fan. And for Dricus du Plessis, I don't know where you go with Dricus here either, because he didn't look great. Sure, he got the stoppage win, but it wasn't an impressive performance from my liking. Didn't look dominant. Looked good in the first round, but cardio maybe suffered in that second and third a little bit. But Opening up the card was a great, fantastic fight. Ilia Topuria. Wow, that man is he is another level above. He is one of the best featherweights in the world, and just disposed of Bryce Mitchell in quick fashion. Unbelievably dominant performance, especially to finish him on the ground, which is Bryce's territory. To finish him on the ground was unreal, unbelievable. Obviously Raul Rosas Jr., unbelievable, massive, bright future for this kid. 18 years old, makes his debut, looks the part. He looks like he should be in the UFC. Wonderful debut. Not a bad card overall. Obviously Chris Curtis picking up the victory. Edmund Shabazian back in the win column. Great victory for the guys at Extreme Couture. So look, overall it was a great card, but the judging really rubbed me the wrong way tonight, and I think a lot of people would agree with that. You have two clearly cut fights. You have a co-main event that was very clearly, pointed to one fighter in Jared Gordon, and it goes the opposite way. Same thing in the main event. I think Magomed Ankalaev should be your light heavyweight champion. Now we have no champion again. So not a bad card overall. Would love to know your guys' thoughts. If you have any, please drop them in the comments below. I'm just flying solo today. Alex has got things to do, so just flying solo. But appreciate you guys. Looking at keeping up to date with the channel. Obviously, John Gooden comes on tomorrow, and we'll have Parker Porter the week after next, who fights Justin Tafa at UFC 284 in Perth. So until then, guys, appreciate you. Peace.